Get through there.
But aside from Bill Walton's early blunders, the Celtics proceeded to show why they had the greatest home court advantage of all time. Because after Ralph Sampson punched Celtic player Jerry Sichting in Game 5, the Celtics crowd, as you can imagine, didn't like Ralph Sampson at all. And they made sure that he knew it.
Y'all see the title, man. Let's get
as much as analytics have evolved the way we think about basketball, there will always be an element of the game that you will never understand by looking at a bunch of numbers on a spreadsheet. Because you would think that Larry Bird's best game was his 60-point shooting clinic against the Atlanta Hawks.
Larry Bird scored 60. It is the greatest shooting exhibition I've ever seen in my life.
Or his near quadruple double versus the Utah Jazz, where he sat out the entire fourth quarter because his team was winning by so much.
I remember one night in Utah, Larry had a triple-double, and he had 9 steals. So you could get a quadruple-double, which never happens. There's only been a couple in NBA history. Came out of the game in the third quarter because they were leading by so much. I ran down to the other end where he was sitting on the bench. I said, hey, get back out there. You could get a quadruple-double. It's only been done like twice in history. He said, get the hell out of here, Scoop. I don't care about that.
Larry Bird finished that game with 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 9 steals. 1 steal away from a quadruple-double because padding his stat sheet just for the sake of doing it was beneath him. But in the 1986 NBA Finals versus the Houston Rockets, Larry Bird called Game 6 the best game he ever played.
You know, everybody's always asking my best game, but I would take that night in and night out, yes.
To reach the NBA Finals, the Houston Rockets defeated the Los Angeles Lakers 4-1, thus ruining the Lakers-Celtics rematch that the world wanted to see on this last second shot.
Come on, man. I was just talking about it in the last reaction, man. The NBA is so soft today. Like, you can't even... There would never be nobody really getting pinged up like that nowadays, bro. That shit fake whack. Like, I ain't gonna lie. We need the kind of nature. We're gonna go back for that. I ain't gonna lie. We fake pinging them up.
On this last winning the Lakers-Celtics rematch that the world wanted to see on this last second shot.
And so was holding him back. Imagine if nobody was holding him back. I ain't gonna lie. He probably would have wild out. Nah, it's tough. Nah, yeah, you gotta just lay down, gang. Did that make a Cooper? Nah. That was tough.
Well, we always want to play the Lakers. There's no question about it. But Houston was an upcoming team with Olajuwon, and they had a very good team.
And after 4 games of the NBA Finals, the Celtics were leading the series 3-1. But in Game 5, the Rockets went back to their home court and literally fought for their lives.
He's getting crazy.
The benches have emptied, and they have brought police onto the floor. At the bottom of the pile is Walton and Sampson right now. It all started with Sampson and Jerry Sichting, and they're still going at it. And
we doing kicks, all that.
I mean, I thought it was distasteful for both sides. I think that you just got to play the game. It was a game that we wanted to win. We want to get the series over with.
That is right.
Because anything can happen if you stay out there long enough.
Bro tried to tackle him.
We were better than that. We should. I don't know about sweeping him, but we should never lost.
Also, yeah, Key, I already know Keith throwing the
got pushed around in game.
He not out there playing with y'all.
We had practice the next day on Saturday. Everybody was really quiet.
But there was one person who wasn't worried at all, and that was number 33. And I remember him on that Saturday afternoon at practice saying that we need rebounds, we're going to get rebounds. We need this, we're going to get that. We're going to be fine. Larry Bird assured the world, we're going to be fine.
And so we get into the game, and Larry's out doing his pregame warm-up, and we're all in the locker room stretching and working it out. And then Larry comes into the locker room, and he looks at us all, gathered all our attention. He says, guys, I was just out there in the crowd. It's an hour and a half before game time, and the crowd is already in, and they're ready. And right now, they want the blood of the Houston Rockets. But I'm telling you right now that if we don't deliver today, they're going to want our blood. Now let's get going. Who's coming with me?
I don't think anybody could have beat us that day. We were on. We made some mistakes early, but the energy was there, the excitement was there, and we knew if we continued to play hard, we were going to win.
I stunk it up. It was one of the worst performances of my career. Larry had to call a timeout because Akeem had stolen the ball from me a bunch of times and went. We had a big lead. Larry and Kevin.
Yeah, you got to seal him, man.
And then Akeem just started stealing the ball from me, and I was just bobbling everything.
Rockets have played in the prior games good defense, making the Celtics use a lot of time in the backcourt.
By Elijah Wan.
I don't know what to do right there. I was
Larry
a big man. I used to get trapped too, man. I used to just
say, Casey, you got one choice.
Go and get through there. I was, you know what I'm saying?
You can take
I ain't gonna lie, I'm slick with the rock. Get through there.
But aside from Bill Walton's early blunders, the Celtics proceeded to show why they had the greatest home court advantage of all time. Because after Ralph Sampson punched Celtic player Jerry Sichting in Game 5, the Celtics crowd, as you can imagine, didn't like Ralph Sampson at all. And they made sure that he knew it.
Nah. What?
To play on the road, and the Celtics have won 40 straight here.
That's different. That's different. Yeah, I heard the Celtics fans be bugging,
early
man.
on. Parrish gets free.
And there was this one elderly woman who was maybe 5 feet tall and maybe weighed 80 pounds. And she had a front row courtside seat. And she brought a sign that was bigger than she was. And she said, "Hey, Ralph." And she's referring to the big fight with Jerry Sichting, who was a little tiny guy himself. And she goes, "Hey, Ralph, I'm 5 feet tall and 92 years old. You want to fight me too?" And this lady just stood in the front on the edge of the court. She never sat down. She just yelled and screamed at Ralph the whole time.
Boston only lost one game at home that entire season, in part because of that Celtics home crowd, but mainly because Larry Bird was the best player on the planet. And in Game 6, he showed exactly why.
What did we get on that Sunday afternoon? We got what Larry Bird maintains to this day was the game in which he was, and I quote him, most prepared ever to play. All I know is this: prepared, whatever degree he says he was, it was one of the greatest individual performances. I think it may have been his greatest game.
McRae on Bird. Step back shot.
And gave up the good low post position.
Danny Ainge missing. McHale and Bird underneath.
Boy, we
Here's
need
Bird.
those.
And a basket.
Strong.
It was spectacular.
Very strong.
Because in a game of a lot of winners of the genetic line.
I ain't gonna lie, offensive rebounding, bro. Offensive rebounding is just one in it. You know, that's all effort. Offensive rebounding is all effort, bro. I promise you. I used to grab mad offensive rebounds. I used to play with the older dudes. You know, just because the older dude that was guarding me, he just not paying attention, not thinking nothing of me. Well, I'm gonna run. I'm athletic, bro. I'm gonna run past you, jump my highest, and grab that board. It's all effort, y'all. It's all effort. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't got bounce, all you gotta do is, you know what I'm saying, get a little box out. You know what I'm saying? Project where the ball is gonna bounce off the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like Dennis, like you Dennis Rodman out there. You heard? If you see the ball, if you play enough basketball, you know what I'm saying, and you see the ball projecting a certain way, let's say it's hitting the back of the rim and they on the right wing, you know that ball is probably gonna bounce off the back of the rim towards the left wing. You know what I'm saying? Because you played enough basketball to know that. Come on, man. I'm school up to play y'all a game. Play y'all a little what you get, boy.
You had Akeem, you had Ralph, who were just brilliant. You had Kevin McHale, you had the Chief, and here was Larry. Larry got every rebound. Larry made every steal. He made every
IQ
pass.
helps.
You just literally
it's
did
really just angles and
made
things
the rest
like that.
of the world seem inconsequential.
Pro shooter in the series. McHale. Sampson tried to overplay and got burned.
Bill Walton said number 33 had gone out and painted the perfect Larry Bird masterpiece. And it wasn't even about the numbers. It was about his effort on both ends of the floor. A seemingly lost art for superstars of today.
Not for
he was
real,
all
though.
over the court, double teaming and getting back to his assignment
Need
in
those
the passing lanes, forcing turnovers left and right, and diving for every loose ball. But the moment that best describes his effort that night was when he dove on the floor and forced a jump ball against 7-foot Hall of Fame center Hakeem Olajuwon. And without batting an eye, Larry Bird, who wouldn't impress anybody with his jumping ability, did this.
But Bird has that savvy and the timing, and the Celtics have it.
He got a jump ball against Olajuwon. Now, he can't do that, but he did it, okay? He was omnipresent defensively. He anticipated where they wanted the ball. He was like a one-man zone, quite frankly. He was going crazy, but he was everywhere.
Double throws it right into the hands of Bird. There's a 4-on-1.
Took away everything they wanted.
Michael Jordan summed it up perfectly when he was told to list Larry Bird's weaknesses. MJ said, Larry Bird can't jump, and he's not that quick, but he makes up for it by using his head, analyzing the opponent. It makes him better than the competition.
Come on. I'm telling you, and if you're willing to do that with the athleticism, with the quickness, with the jumping ability, it's gonna make you 10 times better, man.
Consequently, he doesn't have a weakness.
And Wiggins fighting Bird, who feeds McHale.
Being in the arena for that game and the way he played and how he was just everywhere on the court, like a free safety, just freaking maniac for 3.5 quarters.
To the face.
And you look at the numbers and it's like 29, 10, and 12.
That's all it really be. You probably need a little slap to the face because you get up high and everybody just got their hands up. They just be looking, hands up.
I've never seen anybody have an imprint on that game.
2 hands,
scoring less than 30 points.
Fairly well, Dick, but Peterson may have nightmares guarding Larry Bird.
What a pass to McHale. That's Larry Bird, vintage Larry Bird. Outside shot is missed by Robert Reed. Ames to Bird.
Pull up easy. I'll take what you gonna give me.
Level finds
an
opening. Try to change hands.
Need those.
Here's Bird.
Pass.
3-on-1 Boston. Pass back. Bird.
Run the break. It's good basketball.
Oh my
right there,
gosh!
man.
And then the second half started, and it was just phenomenal because he just kept going. He would post up about 18, 20 feet away, and he'd get the ball, and poor Rodney McRae or whoever they would have on it, Robert Reed. I mean, I'm sure they tried Ralph and Akeem on him. It didn't matter. He could have put all 5 guys on him, and they couldn't stop it.
Isolating 1-on-1. McRae didn't go for the fake. Pass back.
The numbers won't show it. It was a very nice routine triple-double.
We need
29,
those.
11, 12, something like that. And he just totally dominated the
out
game
of there,
in every
ASAP.
way. And, of course, the artistic highlight was when he, on the right
look
box,
up as soon as possible,
zigzag dribbles out to the corner to turn around and hit a 3 and go, and when they were pouring it on in the second half.
Dennis Johnson. There's Sampson and Walt. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Bird wants a 3 out of it, and he gets it.
That's some 2K stuff, bro. I'm telling you right now. That's some stuff that you do with
and then
2K.
without even looking, he would just throw it back up there and then run down the court with his arms in the air and his finger pointed up and say, "We're number 1." And the Celtic crowd is just saying, "Here we go, Celtics. Here we go." It was absolutely fantastic. Larry Bird, the greatest player I ever played with by far.
The Celtics dominated that game, and Larry Bird was rightfully crowned Finals MVP. Larry Bird said, "That was the only game I thought I was totally prepared for. As far as the focus was concerned, none better. Never. I should have quit right there."
I never saw a man play a better game of basketball, ever. That's the greatest individual.
I feel like it's the fact that the amount of high IQ plays he made, the amount of just great basketball plays, it's just something about it. It's worth more than the 60 points, things like that, bro. I love to see great basketball, bro. I love to see people using their head, people with high IQs really thinking the game, instead of just being out there and just running.
The defensive dominance that Larry did on that afternoon in June of '86. I would love just that tape to be shown to every high school and college coach, or every pro coach now. Just everybody, just say, "Oh, you can't play basketball better than this. You can't."
And after that series, Hakeem Olajuwon called Larry Bird the best all-around player that I've ever seen. This Celtics championship put the finishing touches on a perfect year, where Larry Bird also won the regular season MVP, finished with a home record of 50-1, and was awarded the Associated Press's Athlete of the Year across all sports.
50-1 at
the
home.
1986 Boston Celtics We're the best team ever, with the best player ever, having his best game ever. It really gets no better than that.
All year and win 50 and lose only one on the parquet floor.
That's when they got the dub. Sheesh. That's tough, man. That's the end of this one, though, man. I really love watching Larry Bird reactions, man, because I ain't gonna lie. It's like, there's nothing new under the sun. And Larry Bird is just such a high IQ player. And he plays the game in such a way. I say it all the time. He plays like he's hooping with his friends at the local gym, you know. He's just out there hooping. Having a great time. Because he loves the game, man. He got passion for the sport. And things like that, man. But if y'all enjoyed, share the video. Click on the last reaction. Like the video, comment, subscribe. And I'm out of here.